Welcome to Tim's Awesome Projects. Today we are making a coral formation to fit on our demonstration wall. This will show you how I made these formations in our under the sea bathroom. Links to other video episodes can be found in the description below. The first step is marking out 6-inch divisions on a 2-foot by 8-foot sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. Next, I will freehand draw a contour line down the middle of the plywood. I'm going to keep the coral formation to 84 inches, so I need to cut the plywood to that length. Now I will go back and cut the contour line using a jigsaw. This creates 2 back plane boards for our coral formation. Pocket holes are drilled into one of the back plane boards. It will then be fastened to the other back plane board, aligning them so that the narrow ends of both boards are together. Profile sections are measured out using the back plane. These will then be cut out using a jigsaw. I will sometimes get creative in using scrap pieces to minimize waste. When I get to the profile section I want to make a shelf at, the same procedure is followed as for the previous profiles. The next few profiles above the shelf will change from being convex to concave in shape. This is to give room above the shelf. To start this transition, we need to make a concave backer for our shelf. The backer board is glued and nailed to the shelf profile to provide a concave contour for our metal lath behind the shelf area. The remaining profiles have been cut and laid out in order. Notice the gradual transformation from the concave to convex as we get further above the shelf profile. Since the back plane's contours don't match the new profiles, I will remark the back planes to be cut out with a new contour. Pocket holes are placed in all the profiles so they can be attached to the back plane. Now the profile pieces can be installed to the back plane using pocket hole screws. Normally, I would also glue these, but since this is just for use on our demo wall, I skipped that process. With all of the profile pieces installed, we now have a complete form for our coral formation. The completed form is set in place and attached to the wall studs using 2-inch long screws. Metal lath is cut into 8-inch wide strips. I find using a hand grinder with a metal cutoff wheel works the best. The metal lath is formed and marked to fit between the profiles. I use metal snips to make the cuts. Once the lath is cut to shape, I staple it in place. This process is repeated for the remaining profiles. When there is a difference in profile widths, I will fasten the lath to the longest one first. Using a large needle nose pliers, I have found you can twist the lath to draw the other side so that it is shortened to fit the shorter profile. Now that our form is completely covered, we will be ready to apply surface bonding cement. However, surface bonding cement in my area is rare, so I would have to get it shipped or drive 150 miles to pick it up, which would add a lot of extra expense for just one bag of cement. Surface bonding cement has fiberglass fibers for strength and calcium stearate, which makes it waterproof, which is important if it is being used outdoors or in a wet location. For the coral formation, I have come up with a substitute that works good. I mix 1 part of thin set to 1 part of gray mortar mix and about 3/4 part of water. Sometimes it may need just a tad more. I mix this up and then add a handful of polyester short strand fibers. So when painted over, it will offer it some water resistance. But if it is in a shower area or outside, I would definitely stick to using actual surface cement. I use a 1.5 inch plastic putty knife to apply the cement to the lath. A wider putty knife will not conform to the curved surfaces and will make applying the cement more difficult. First, I apply a bonding layer to all the metal lath. Only enough cement to fill the holes is applied. As the cement is applied, some will be forced through the holes in the lath, which will then bond it to the lath when it sets up. If we try to get a thicker layer at this stage, we will just be forcing more through the lath and creating a lot of waste. After the cement has set, say for example overnight, we can then go back and apply our exterior profile layer. By varying the thickness of the surface cement, we can make the exterior profile look more natural and keep some of the shelf framework ribbing look from showing through. After allowing the surface cement to cure at least a day, I sand the high spots and ridges until I get the texture I desire. After sanding, I will clean up all the dust using a vacuum with a HEPA filter. The cement will need to cure several days or even weeks. Then it can be painted with the colors you like. This was the same process I used in our under the sea bathroom to create unique looking rock and coral formations. I hope this inspires you to create a project of your own.